Hi guys, I just wanted to shoot a quick video. It's been so long. I feel like I've neglected you guys. We've just been super busy. Um, it's almost Christmas. It is also my 1 year lung transplant anniversary just passed. It was 3 days that I actually just really reveled in. I guess it would be December 14th, and that day was important because that was the day that I originally got the call. And then December 15th would be my transplant date, according to me, because it's when I went in the hospital and then I went under, and I was under for 16 hours in the surgery. The hospital has the transplant date, and UNOS, which is the transplant company that handles or arranges for the lungs, they have the transplant date at December 16th because the transplant actually gets counted when the sternum is finally connected. So because the whole process was over a couple days, the dates are, different. So the call was the 14th. I actually went in on the 15th, and then the surgery happened overnight into the 16th. So yeah, we kind of just reveled in those days, and I wanted to do a video on the exact day that I had the transplant. But things have been crazy around here. Busy. We've been just, doing stuff with our store. We recently bought a new office building, and we have been remodeling that. And then we had our Christmas party coming up here, and so we were getting ready for that. And then we're Christmas shopping and, just getting stuff ready for our own Christmas as well. In the Black Friday sales at our store, and so just it's been a lot to keep up with. But what is amazing is like how much I can literally do in a day now and still not be worn out or tired. Hands down, I have to say that this was the absolute best decision I ever could have made for myself. It has just been so incredibly life-changing, and there is not a day that goes by that I do not appreciate everyone involved. The donor, the doctors, the rest of the transplant team, my family who helped us to get through it, all the people that work for us that made it possible for us to keep everything going while this was going on. And I can't believe how fast this year has gone by. We've gotten to do a lot of things that I would have never been able to do. And the other day, after we finished the Black Friday sale at our store, we worked the entire day from morning until night. And then we didn't do any Black Friday shopping, so we just decided to go to the one store that was still open, which was Walmart, and just hit the store with the kids one last, just for fun because we could. And when we went in, we walked the entire store, and when we got done, they had closed off the entrance by our parking, so we had to go out way on the other side. And had it been before, when I was on oxygen, this definitely would have been a problem. And we came out the doors. It was freezing cold. I was carrying the baby, which he's 2 now, so he's, a good 30 pounds or so. Maybe not quite, maybe 24. So I can't remember exactly what he is, but it was just funny because it was me, my husband, my daughter, and her 3-year-old, the 2-year-old, and her husband. And I'm carrying the 2-year-old, and we're walking out to go all the way across the parking lot. And this would have been like just the never-ending trip if I was on oxygen. And I'm carrying the baby, and we're singing and dancing across the parking lot. And when we get to the car, after we walked all that way, me and her husband looked at each other and just started laughing because it was just like so incredible that that was even possible. I used to remember watching people walking, talking on the phone, carrying bags, pushing strollers, and be like, these people just don't even know how good they have it. Just being able to do such simple things in life. And I swear now I use every bit of everything. So I am carrying and just running around and doing as much as we do all of everything we possibly can. We camped so much last year. We shopped. We just got out and did everything as much as we could. And of course, we are trying to do, everything safely. We wear masks when we go places. I still don't eat in restaurants. Just because you have to be unmasked to eat and it's close quarters. So we do all of our eating out when the weather is nice and we go to places that have outdoor eating areas. So that's how we enjoy eating out, or we get takeout and we bring it home or bring it to wherever it is that we want to eat it. So life has changed some. Because of COVID, obviously we, try to be cautious because of it. I am finally going to be able to start flying now. I have been bugging the doctors about it, and they are still a little bit worried about with the COVID stuff going on, but they gave us some strategies to use as far as trying to stay as safe as we possibly can. So I think we're getting ready to go ahead and book our first trip, which I think we're going to go ahead and go to Las Vegas just because it has been so long since we've been to Vegas. We used to go every year, a couple times a year. And I don't think after we got on oxygen, I don't think that was one of the places that we went anymore. It's higher altitude there. And before the oxygen, I had always had some trouble breathing while I was there. So we just hadn't been back. I also cannot wait to fly without all of this stuff. It is so freeing not to be carrying the oxygen and all of these supplies. I have to carry a pill box, and that is so easy in comparison. So flying, we used to take my in-room concentrator, my to-go concentrator, my sleep machine. So right there, that's 3 bags that doesn't even include any clothes or anything for getting ready. So it was a lot. So I can't wait to be able to be in the airport and just literally have my suitcase and my bag, my backpack, or whatever that I'm carrying because I want to. It's also going to be nice not to worry about whether the concentrator will work the entire trip, or just if I need to move around on a plane at all, is it going to be a problem? Just everything seems so much easier now that it is incredible. Also, my FEV1 is at 2.03 now, which is 121% of its predicted value, whatever that means. But I finally, before the transplant, I was at 0.29. After the transplant, I was at 1.29, and then it just went up little by little by little. So now we're at 2.03. So it went from severe, I forget what they call it, but in any case, it went from severe, and now it's moved all the way to the normal mark. So that's really cool to see everything just keep getting better and better. The other thing that's changed for me is I have gained a ton of weight. Probably, I think it's around 25 pounds now. And if you remember correctly, I went through all kinds of stuff with the tube feedings and everything. Okay, sorry about that. I had a phone call, and of course it was the transplant team, so I have to answer those calls. And now I have no idea what I was saying before because I lost my whole train of thought. But in any case, what I will say again is life has been fabulous since, and it's been the fastest year ever. And I remember just wanting to be on the other side of this whole thing. Like, I remember before we got the call, just wishing that like I could just, like fast forward to the other side of this. And I will say that I'm glad I wasn't able to fast forward. I am glad I had every part of the experience that I've had. All of it was amazing. Every part, all the struggles, everything. I'm glad of all of it. There's still so many videos I want to make for you guys. I'm going to try to better organize time. That's the biggest thing, is figuring out where to squeeze stuff in. I do not stop moving now. I average about 15 to 25,000 steps a day on most days. I do, of course, have some days where it's a little bit lower, where we kind of either do a lot of riding in the car or, football days where we'll sit around and watch football or whatever. But for the most part, I am like in constant motion. My body needs a lot less sleep now than it used to, which is really nice. So I'm not always dragging and everything. But there is like just tons of different videos I want to make for you. I still want to make the video about like all the tricks that my mind played while I was in the hospital, and more about what people could expect from their transplant experience, even though everybody's is always different. Everybody, goes through their own process with it. But I know that when I was getting started, I had wished that I had more information and more knowledge from other people who had been through the process. So yeah. And then, I know what I was saying about the gaining weight with the whole feeding tube thing. It's just so funny how different everything is now, like as far as eating and food and everything. I can pretty much eat anything. There are certain foods that we're supposed to avoid, or certain eating situations that we're supposed to avoid, like buffets and, places that food might sit out, or different things. But as far as, I used to have foods that would make my breathing more difficult, so I would have to avoid all these different types of foods because they would affect how I breathe. And I don't have any of those issues anymore. And like drinking a lot of fluids or whatever used to affect my breathing and stuff. So none of that stuff is a problem anymore. So it's kind of nice that you can just live life a little bit more normally. And what's ironic about the whole thing is when you get the transplant, the thing that you hear the most is that you're just trading one disease for another. And in a way you are, because I think my daughter and them are here right now. In a way you are, because you're going to be taking pills and taking care of your body and stuff for the rest of your life. But it's no comparison. It's not even the same. So let's see if the littles are here, and they are. So I'm gonna go, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Take care.